Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. Got a few things to quickly go over, so let's get to my low and my high on the act of kindness. I guess my low right now is it's starting to get cold out again. Like for longer, more consistent periods of time. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot to look forward to about not just the month of October, but the rest of this year in general. And, it really is it's a process. And you have to trust in the process. But the colder it gets and the longer I spend time away from Cuckoo Lake, the more I miss it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was about time. And, I said on Sunday's video, I wanted doing 38 Cuckoo Lake videos. I mean, out of 366 days, that's more than 1/10 of the year. That's more than a month, actually. That's pretty good. I mean, not that I'm actually going to live with my, I'm not going to get into that. So, yeah, I'm going to try heading up to Cuckoo Lake one more, not to do a video, but I do plan going to Cuckoo Lake for one more thing. And this weekend will have to be the day I try to pull it off. If not, I'm not going to be able to do it for a few weeks. We'll have to see, how everything goes. My high is, I got to see my folks last night. Had a nice, quiet dinner with them. Yesterday's Hot Ones episode was great. And in regards to my low, I think I can definitely say that the Falcons won. I forget the Falcons won. Hold on. Okay, that's weird. My computer screen must be frozen. I'll try rebooting this. Hold on. Oh. Okay, now you decide to work. Okay, let me try this again. Yeah, unfortunately, the original charger for this computer didn't work anymore, so I had to get a new one, and it provides electricity, but it doesn't do much else. Okay. Gotta give it a second. So, okay, here we go. It's booting now. Let's see. So, how's everybody enjoying the fall so far? Again, okay, here we go. It uploaded. Or, it loaded up, I should say. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Right, I was looking up my NFL picks. Okay, so NFL channel, okay. Get to see me correct. Okay, so yeah. Okay, the Falcons won yesterday, so that means my overall record for week 5 right now is 0-1. I'm gonna turn around and fix it real fast. I don't know if you can see it, but what I'm pointing to. Oh, and darn it. Is there any way I can darken the screen a little? Let me bring it a little closer. Yeah, 0-1. Okay. Gotta bring it a little closer. All right. So yes, right now I'm 0-1 for week 5. File, save as. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah, I forgot to do my act of kindness. So for my act of kindness, I emptied the dehumidifier for my parents, and I helped make dinner for my parents. I mean, I say make dinner. When I was visiting them, all we had was leftovers. Nothing strenuous. My dad had a leftover ground beef soup. I had a leftover cheese tortellini with marinara and sausage. And my mom had the rest of her tuna sub. Again, nothing major or anything. I mean, the tortellini was pretty sick. It was pretty good. I mean, I will say this. I've talked about how much I like food. I have to say, pasta is definitely a vice for me. It definitely is. I mean, listen. I've talked about Libs how many times? The pasta at Libs is nothing short of phenomenal. That linguine, so good. The rigatonis are good too. I mean, actually it's weird. I find myself ordering like whenever you order food from Libs, obviously you get like a side, and it's usually either a side of linguine, a side of rigatonis, green peas, and I think that's it. I always find myself ordering the linguine, just because the linguine is that good. But enough sidetracking. Let's get into talk about hot ones today. So, Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics was on. The man is now an NBA champion for now and for the rest of time. I refer to him as an NBA champion, and no one can ever take that away from him. And it really was great. I mean, here's one really cool thing about watching celebrities on Hot Ones, because you know who they are, but unless you actually sit down and watch them in an interview, you never know like what their voice sounds like. I mean, yeah, I can always look it up, but I never think to do so. That's another reason why Hot Ones is so great, because, you know, obviously I learned a lot about Jaylen Brown, but he actually has a pretty deep voice. Very quiet, very subdued. But then again, when you're an NBA champion, you don't really need to be that loud. You don't need to say much. There is power in subtlety, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that. Power and subtlety. Remember that and you will go far in life. So, obviously, because they're NBA champions, the Celtics are, they have a target on their back. So Sean asked them, like, what is the mindset going into the season? And Jaylen Brown had a great response. Just don't be complacent. You know, the media will always have narratives on certain players, but you can't let that get to you. Which then he says he wants to hash things out with Stephen A. Smith. Okay. He talked about Coach Mazzulla, the coach of the Celtics. And like his favorite Mazzulla-ism is just, there's no such thing as a foul. You either die or you don't. I mean, that really is a fancy, not Star Wars way of saying do or do not, there is no try. But, I mean, for basketball it works. So, yeah, I'll give it that. One thing I definitely got to give Jaylen Brown a shout out for. I mean, this whole video is going to be giving a giant shout out to Jaylen Brown. He's not going to see this video. If he does, I'm just saying, I mean, I like the Celtics. I wouldn't mind getting invited to a couple Celtics games. That'd be pretty cool. First things first, let me get famous enough to be on Hot Ones, then we'll talk. How about that? Okay. So he actually, was very thought-provoking and very smart. He actually taught classes at his alma mater, which is UC Berkeley, I think. I forget. Anyway, he talked about his favorite thought-provoking philosophy or philosopher is Socrates, which, really anything from Socrates. Now, it's been a while since I myself have looked up any of the great Greek philosophers like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. I want to say it was Socrates that came first. It was then Plato and then Aristotle? Because I think one of them taught the other. I know that. So actually, let me quickly look this up. Actually, I'll look it up after I'm done with this. He talked about the optimistic side of artificial intelligence, like the pros and cons, and like what AI is supposed to. I mean, he thinks AI is a good thing. I will admit he's definitely a lot more optimistic about it than I am. I mean, dude, we've had how many Terminator movies at this point? Does anyone not know artificial intelligence is bad? I think 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think Hal was artificial intelligence, wasn't he? Or wasn't it? Because it was a computer. I don't know. He talked about they sort of did because then Sean asked the most important, most significant historical figure for the NBA. And Jaylen Brown was listing off a few people, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, of course, Steph Curry, Bill Russell, which is funny because Sean Evans was thinking Bill Russell too. I mean, not to spark another Jordan-LeBron debate, but I noticed that LeBron was conspicuously absent. Just saying. Team Jordan all the way. Okay. So he got validation for the short, because Jaylen Brown was wearing short shorts before short shorts was cool again. That's pretty sick. Okay. Because when you become a professional athlete, like for the NBA, NFL, MLB, whatever, there's a welcome to your dream job moment, let's say. In this case, welcome to the NBA. And for him, it was cashing that first check. He was able to pay for, get his mama out of debt and stuff like that, which that's pretty sick. Right on. He also talked about his favorite buzzer beater was Game 3 of this last set of finals that the Celtics won. In fact, it was that buzzer beater that made everyone think, okay, the Celtics are going to win this. It's funny that we get to the Bomb Beyond Insanity, and Sean asked a very, very funny question regarding studying a player's rhythm. When you have that much hot sauce running through you, how can you study anything, much less a person's rhythm? But, listen, if you're a professional athlete, you look at a lot of film, you see the mannerisms and tells that, a player has. And by extension, you can see or hear a rhythm. And players like Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, they have unique rhythms that listen, I know it really did look like the Celtics completely sweeped the Mavericks, which they did. But, Luka and Kyrie and the Mavericks made it there for a reason. They definitely deserve to be there. And who knows? They got, the Mavericks just acquired Klay Thompson and somebody else. That team only got better. I would not be surprised if the Mavericks wind up making another run. I really think so. Although, in regards to the East, the Knicks acquired Karl Anthony Towns. At this point, it's at least Eastern Conference Finals or bust for the Knicks. They gotta get through the Celtics. Oh, I'm already calling it right now. The Celtics, they're definitely one of the two teams representing the East for the Eastern Conference Final. I'm already calling that right now. Here's something interesting about Jaylen Brown. He likes to play chess. He's actually the captain of his chess team when he was in school. And you know what? This is the greatest analogy in regards to a person's mission or purpose or goals in life, or just life in general. Like, from the beginning to end, you really do need to think about what's coming soon. You know, you have a life. How do you want to live it right now, and how do you want it to end? That's pretty thought-provoking in the grand scheme of things. Seriously, listen. As much as I love this show listen, I know that for all intents and purposes, Hot Ones really doesn't seem like the kind of show where thought-provoking ideas occur. But you'd be surprised how fascinating some of the things you hear on the show is. And finally, they made some way too early 2024-2025 NBA season predictions. Memphis should make it to the playoffs. Zion's going to be the dunk contest. And the Boston Celtics win again if they are and remain healthy. Overall, this was a great episode. I love this. You know, Jaylen Brown, once again, I mean, thank you for being you, okay? Like, seriously, Jaylen Brown is the man. I never doubt, not that I ever doubted, but you know what? He just gave me a reason to say it out loud. He is the man. You are now forever an NBA champion. Nobody will ever take that away from you. Certainly not some loser like me. You know, you, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, the unicorn himself, Kristaps Porzingis. That's actually, I don't know if I ever said this on camera before, but I was actually kind of hoping that we would get a Knicks-Celtics Eastern Conference Finals. Simply because it was actually the Knicks that drafted Porzingis. And how funny would it be that for Porzingis to go to an NBA Final and win a championship, he'd have to go against the team that originally drafted him. There's a narrative there. There is a narrative there. One that I really hope is explored in the following season. But right now, we're in football. Basketball's going to start soon. I'm excited for that. Again, there's a lot to look forward to. My Horseheads plays Elmira just down the road from me. Yeah, I'm going to be there. It's going to be awesome. I hope you like this video. Like this on YouTube channel. On social media. As always, I'm here. On this video for all you guys watching. Joe, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. Remember, you guys are on the talk show. Computer, let me know back. Take care and make good choices. 6 on 7 all day, baby. Oh, I just hit my computer.